Hello everyone and welcome. I am Jay Beebs and this is the 7th episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. We're doing pretty good so far. We're in the championship and obviously things are going good, but the ultimate goal is to get up to the Premier League and then obviously win the Champions League. So I'm just going to expedite that process a little bit. I'm making some big transfers this episode and I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger. So let's get into it. Adriel Baloa, however you say his name, he's from the Ivory Coast, 76 overall, signing him for 9.4 million. He is now one of the best players on the team, and obviously, I think he's easily a championship quality winger. Maybe not Premier League caliber just quite yet, but I mean, he's 28, maybe with dynamic potential, we can make him a 78. That's all I'm really asking from him. But yeah, he's got a good left foot, and I really think he will help us get over that final hump. And someone who I had to sign because of a board objective, Rafa Acosta, Argentinian right mid, 62 overall. I'm probably going to sell him next season, but board objective, I had to sign him. And of course, the youth academy keeps going on no matter what. Going to Argentina for 9 months to get some attackers. Going to Brazil for 9 months to get some technically gifted players. And our final scout is going to Uruguay to get us some defensive-minded players. And we are now at our very first game of the season. We are at the Hawthorns, West Brom's hometown. And this is how the team is lining up. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal. Platt and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Bruh are the outside backs. Ashworth and Beedling are the defensive mids. Barrow and Baloa out on the wings. Gotts is the attacking mid. And Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So I would consider that a pretty good start to your managerial career. Well, really, this season. 8-0 victory to open the season. This is the first time people have seen us this year. 8-0. I mean, expected goal is 8.3. I mean, we dominated them on the counter. We did not need to possess the ball. 8-0 win to open up the season. You know, I always try to win the first game of the season because I think it, kind of sets up your team for success. And I think West Brom are even one of the better teams, so if we can do this to them, hopefully those results can carry and we can go up. So Arthur Greenwood will be loaned out. He is going to Spanish side UD Ibiza for a year. Just trying to loan him out. Ryan Alsop will be joining the first team to be a backup goalkeeper, 32 years old, English. I think it's a pretty good signing. You can back up Boyce Clark. And Rashid Al-Masari will also be a backup, but he's going to be like a third string. So I'll probably keep Alsop around for this season, maybe even the season after that, and then Masari should hopefully develop and consider himself the now number 2 goalkeeper. Omar Al-Nasser will also be joining the first team. As you can tell, whenever I played that first game, we did not have a backup goalie. All of them left, so had to go to the free agents list and just sign up a couple of goalies. Matthias Balo will be going in a short loan move to the San Jose Earthquakes once the transfer window opens. Should be some good experience playing over in the MLS. Tom Beedling has been sold to Al Nassr. Even though he is a starter, I have sold him because, like I said, I have something big planned. I'm not showing you guys just quite yet, but stick around a little bit longer, I'll show you what I have planned. Pavo Koppel will also be sold. He's going to German side FC Ingolstadt for 1.25 million. Patrick Bruh has also been sold. He is going to Spanish side Deportivo Alves for 2.45 million. And we got some bad news. Our starting center back, pretty much the guy that carries the defense, Andrew Vera, has a broken elbow injury. He's out for the next 7 weeks. This is happening in late December, so he's likely going to be out for a cup run if we have one. And really, I'm probably not going to overreact. Probably won't sign a center back because it's only 7 weeks, but we're going to need to rely on some youth players. So someone that will be joining the first team, but not at all looking to start right away, is Ricardo Cano, Uruguayan left back. Nothing special about him, but he's got 79 to 93 potential. Obviously, a player of that potential you have to keep. Alright, so this is what I've been planning. Any position promising first team quality free agents. That is what I'm looking for, and I have found a couple, I will say that. So expect to see a lot of players being brought in. We have the money, like you saw. I'm going to convert it all to wage budget just about, and I'm going to look to sign up as many of these guys as I can, get the starting 11 better, get some better depth, and maybe even get some projects for the future. So next episode, there should be a lot going on. There will be a lot going on, so you should watch that. Especially since hopefully those guys can help us make a promotion push. I mean, we're 7 points off of playoffs, which is a little bit concerning, but at the same time, looking at the team, I don't think I want to go up just quite yet. But, depending on, dynamic potential, the players we bring in, I mean, if they perform well, we're playing like one of the best teams in the division. I have no problem with going up. So yeah, I mean, this was a little bit shorter of an episode just because, I mean, there wasn't many games to play. There was one game to play. That was the first game of the season. FA Cup, that'll be next episode. End of the season. Next episode we'll also be bringing in all these big players. This was really just a setup episode because obviously I had to show all this, how we're getting, this like $7 or $8 million to turn into wage budget to sign all these players. So yeah, like I said, next episode we're gonna make some money moves. We're gonna bring in probably like at least 5 very, very good players, and hopefully they amount to be very good players. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Like I said, if this episode is a little bit boring, you wanted a little bit more, check out the next episode if it's out, or check out some of the previous ones, because obviously this is the 7th episode. 6 more before this. I highly recommend you watch, so you can just understand how we got here. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. If you guys remember last episode, or if you didn't watch it, go ahead. Well, you don't need to watch it. Basically, I'm planning something big. There is going to be a lot of transfers done in this episode. Things are going to happen, and I think it's going to be one of the best episodes as far as player acquisition wise that I'm ever going to do this series. So let's get right into it. Joining the first team is Francisco Flores, free agent center back, Argentinian, 71 overall, 22 years old. One of our starting center backs is out injured right now, so now he can step in then, and then we have a good 3 center back rotation. We're playing a 4-back, so if we can just keep rotating these guys, whoever's playing good gets a start. He might go down as a club legend. I have also brought in Logan Andrews, the left wing back. However, he's not really a wing back. He is a wing back, but really I've pictured him as a left mid eventually. Obviously, we have Barrow and Baloa as the starters, so I don't really see a spot for him. So I might end up switching him into that left back position. But again, I just don't know what's going to happen immediately. Anton Schwab will be joining the first team, German defensive mid, who can also play left back. I will be playing him at left back. Just because of, he's left-footed, one on left back. Obviously, I don't want to play Andrews, so I'll move Andrews to a wing, most likely, and then Schwab will fill that left back spot. Gustavo Otero will also be joining the first team. Again, from the free agent, Spanish defensive mid. He will be playing defensive mid. He is a very good passer, decent dribbler, decent defending, not the greatest shooting, so that's why I assigned him to play the defensive mid spot. Should amount to something very, very good. And in the FA Cup, I simmed this game because I thought it was pretty realistic that we would be able to win it. A 2-1 loss to Millwall. So I said I was going to play the FA Cup last episode. Evidently, that is just not going to happen. So Lee Andrews has been sold to Inter Miami FC. That is not the Andrews I just signed. Has a different Andrews, and he is departing for $1.7 million. Ruben Wright has also departed the club. He is going to French side AS Nancy Lorraine, who I will be doing a Road to Glory on at some point in the future. He is left for $750,000. So we hit a little milestone. I hit 100 wins as a manager. 55 draws, 68 losses. In 223 matches, I think that's pretty good. But I just appreciate that FIFA is doing these little news segments, these little highlights. So thank you, FIFA. So joining the first team is a man who has been in the youth academy for I think 2 weeks. He came in as a center mid. I switched him to a right mid. Is Mateo Herrero, 68 overall, 82 to 88 potential, left-footed Argentinian right mid who's very good at dribbling. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Messi, but if we can make him the next Messi, I wouldn't mind that. So he will obviously be joining the first team. Same goes for Jakub Lep, Estonian center back, 81, 87 potential, 66 overall. Very quick, very strong, pretty good defender. Look to see him at some point in the future. Vicente Gonzalez, Uruguayan defensive mid, very fast, very strong, pretty good defender, pretty good all-round player. Kind of what I want out of a defensive mid, honestly, in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Obviously they're defensive mid, but still sometimes got to get forward, do some things. Joel Houghton will also be joining the first team. English left mid, 88 to 82 potential. He's a good passer. There's nothing much else to say. Chances are he will be gone from the club, though, unfortunately. Alright, so I wanted to get some revenge, okay? Millwall beat us in the cup. I didn't like that, so we're going to play them in the league and hopefully win. And this is the starting lineup. Boyce Clark is the goalkeeper. Flores and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth, Otero, defensive mids. Andrews, Baloa, outside mids. Barrow has moved from the wings to the attacking mid position. And of course, the captain, Ure, is the man up top. This is honestly the lineup that I think we're going to use for a pretty long time. Everyone except for Labua and Ure is 22, 23 years old. And here are the highlights from our revenge game. Like I said, I really thought we should have won that FA Cup tie. I really thought we should have beat Millwall. Obviously, we played the game. We crushed them 4-1. So, a little bit of revenge. Would have liked to have beaten them in the FA Cup instead. But, you gotta move. Eduardo Calvaro will also be joining the first team. Brazilian attacking mid. 78 to 84 potential, however, so might just train him up a little bit and then sell him. Diogo Darte is a player that I am very excited about. Brazilian striker. He's an all-round player. I think that's what that means. And he does smash free kicks. He's got insane shot power. He's pretty pacey. He's got some good dribbling. 6'2", left-footed. So look for him. Probably not this season. Probably not next season. Maybe 3 or 4 seasons down the road to be a key player in the team. But that's only if he surpasses Ure, who is again still the main man and is still on fire. Alvaro Carvajal will also be joining the first team. Uruguayan right back. He's only 5'7", so that could be a potential issue. But looking at our team, I don't even know if he's going to get in it. Alex Tavares will be joining the first team. Brazilian left mid, very pacey, very good at shooting, very good dribbling. 89 to 94 potential. I am cautious about switching him to striker because I feel like we already have so many different options. So I'm going to keep him at that left mid spot, but obviously if things just kind of change, I will feel very comfortable moving him to a striker spot, despite him only being 5'6". Gonzalo Uribe will also be joining the first team. Argentinian attacking mid, 82 to 94 potential, high work rates. Think he could be a really good player for us, so that's why he's going up. So Alex Tavares, the player that Brazilian I just promoted, he's going on a 1-year loan to Conso Sapporo. I mean, that's going to start next season, so we won't have him next season, but I mean, he's a project player. Hopefully he increases in overall pretty quickly, and honestly that might be the first of many loan spells. And unfortunately at the end of the season we did not get a chance to qualify for the playoffs. I mean, we were 7 points off, and honestly looking at this team, I think we just need a little bit more time. I just think that for us to try to push for promotion this early would be a mistake, because I think we just go up and then go right back down, and honestly that's quite depressing. I'd rather just not go up in the first place and then go up the next season and survive. So, you know, I mean, we have a very young team. I feel very confident that next season could be a very good season for us. I think we're, trajectory-wise, we're going in the perfect direction. We're young, we're improving, and hopefully we get a little bit more money. Could bring in some new players potentially, or just keep trying to do, you know, sign these young free agents. But I like where the team is heading, and only being 7 points off, I don't feel like is a bad result. So in the league, Ure was also he won the Golden Boot. He finished with 27 goals in 45 games. And the two other guys from West Brom and Newcastle, they were the two teams that got promoted automatically. So obviously the offense is killing it. Shore up the defense a little bit, try to have some free agents, and might have some different results. And Barrow tied for second with the most assists with 9 and 45. So in the FA Cup, obviously we lost that game to Millwall 2-1. Again, I was not expecting that to go that way. I would have played it to keep going, but I mean, anything can happen. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the first round by Stoke City. I don't care about the Carabao Cup until we have a chance to win it. So looking at the team now, Boyce Clark, Hutton, Ashworth appeared in the most games. They appeared in 53. Ure and Barrow appeared in 52. And then there's the rest of the players. Ure led the team with goals with 30. Barrow just behind him with 13. And Gotts with 11, which is creating an issue for us, because Barrow and Gotts also were top of the team in assists, as Barrow had 11, Gotts had 8, Ure had 5. So, I mean, we have all these talented players. We have all these young players coming in. I don't know what to do with Barrow and Gotts, because obviously they're still performing. But I really want to kind of shift Barrow to being that attacking mid role. He's very quick, he's very good at dribbling. So if he can quickly beat some players and just have runs coming from the wingers and the striker ahead of him, I think that's perfect. But at the same time, Gotts is a very good, very all-around attacking mid. So I am really trying to just figure out what do I do. And of course, as usual, Boyce Clark finished with 2 assists. So these are the players that will be departing the club. Allsop, like I said, will probably just be a 1 or 2 season experiment, and that is true. Keys, Webbs, McLaughlin, and Mooney will also be leaving. So I mean, looking at this team, I think that back line just needs to improve overall wise. I think going forward, I mean, we have 278 to 79, 77. I think the back 6, really the defensive mids and the back line, are all young. They're all going to improve. I think we just need a little bit more time to improve. And obviously the bench is pretty solid, but again, we just need more time to improve. And it's honestly a good feeling, because we don't have to rush anything, because I know eventually we will go up. It's just a matter of when. And whenever that happens, I'm okay with it. But obviously, I would like for it to happen as soon as possible. So yeah, guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. I think it was pretty good, obviously, the results we got. So, next season, I mean, hopefully is a boring one, because hopefully all we do is win. But, I mean, as you saw in our FA Cup game, you know nothing. We know nothing about what's going to happen next season. But I do know what should happen is that you should subscribe so you can stay up to date with this series and potential future series, I can tell you that. Next series will be a Borussia Dortmund 2 Road to Glory, just to give you guys a little bit of a teaser. That should be that'll come out when this series is over. I don't know when that's going to be. I'd say probably a week to 2 weeks, daily uploads. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is Jay Beeps here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Things are going really good for us. Last season, we were able to sign a very high majority of first-team players. I think half of our team is new, and the biggest plus side is they're all just about 23 years old. Things are going really good for us, and honestly, this might be the season that we take that big step. This might be the season that we go up. But obviously, there's still an entire season to play, so we can't think too early. But we're going to be starting off with the Youth Academy. As always, have to keep it going, need the constant flow of new players. Going to Romania for half a year just to get some sort of players. The same goes for Moldova, and of course, Ukraine. So joining the first team from the Youth Academy will be Jamie Dominguez, Uruguayan right back, 66 overall, so you'll most likely just be the backup right back, 83 to 89 potential. I mean, we'll see what becomes of him. He's got 5-star skill moves, that could be something good. But, I mean, a right back, how much is he actually going to end up doing? So we'll see what comes of him. Vicente Gonzalez will be going on a 1-year loan move to Talleres. You know, just not going to be playing at the club. Don't want to hurt potentials too much, send him out on loan. And we are now playing our very first game of the season. We are hosting Coventry City at Holker Street. And this is the lineup. We are playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark is in goal, Flores and Vera center backs, Hutton and Schwab outside backs, Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids, Baloa and Andrews are the outside mids, Barrow is the attacking mid, and Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So you obviously don't want to start the season with a stressful game. I would prefer, like last season, an 8-0 victory, but a 4-4 draw, a comeback win. I mean, we were down 4-1. We came back, we were able to win. Is a very promising sign. It shows that, you know, when we need to turn it up, when we need to turn it on, we can do that. But I would prefer just not be in that place. I mean, 4-1 down, that's not exactly comfortable. I would much rather be 4-1 up, but regardless, it's a good win, probably a good motivational win for the team, showing that even if we aren't down, even if we are in a horrible spot, we can always come back and win it, or at least tie it. So Alvaro Carvajal will be going on a 1-year loan to Sarmiento. And this was a decision I had mixed feelings about. So I've sold Robbie Gotts. He's going to, I believe that's Brazilian side, Atletico. So if you don't know, Robbie Gotts is one of the OG Barrow players. He's honestly one of the reasons why I chose to use this team, because he is a attacking mid with very good potential. I figured I could just build a team around him, which we kind of did that first season, and second, probably even third as well. He was a very key player for us. It was like, I think he was third in goals and second in assists last season. But obviously, Barrow has overtaken him at that attacking mid spot. He's no longer playing, so I have decided to sell him. He asked to be transferred after he didn't play at all. So, I mean, it was bound to happen. Bittersweet departure. And who knows, I might bring him back one day. So Jamie Dominguez, that right back we just promoted, is going on a 1-year loan move to Fenerbahce. I mean, he'll grow some thick skin playing in Turkey. Eduardo Carvalho will be going on a 1-year loan move to Atletico Tucumán. I mean, going down South America, near his home country, that'll be good for him. Nador Nemeth has been sold to Ferrol Constanta. I believe that's in Romania, for $1.25 million. Pretty good bit of business. He definitely is not going to play at all this season, so get a good chunk of money for some dead weight. Diego Diogo Duarte will be going in a 1-year loan move to MLS side Austin FC. He is a very good young striker for us, but he is not good enough. And obviously we have Ure as our starting striker, so there isn't really a spot for him currently in the team, but we're getting there. And he is getting there. Hopefully this loan move can boost his potential, not hinder it. Rafa Acosta has departed the club. He is going to Central Cordoba for just under $1 million. And in the month of November, I won Manager of the Month award. It's always nice to get a nice award, celebrate with the boys because we did a good job. Alexander Manik will be going on a 2-year loan move to Ajax. So instead of Ajax getting rid of a good young talented player, they're going to bring in a good young talented player, Estonian attacking mid, I believe. It'll be good for him to get some good experience, especially at such a prestigious club as Ajax. Victor Kiss will be going on a 2-year loan move to Mexican side Tigres. I really want to keep Kiss around just so I can say the Kiss of Death. But honestly, he is a very good player, very good striker. Got a lot of pace, very good at finishing. But just like all these players we're loaning out, they just need time to develop. So we want Manager of the Month for a reason, because we are top of the league. We are currently first in the championship, and we are on pace to win the league with ease. And honestly, hopefully this means that we should do well in the Premier League once we get promoted. But I mean, things are going really good for us. And I mean, you have to add, this might be the season that we go into the Premier League. So yeah, next episode hopefully is a boring one again, because hopefully it's an easy win for us in the league. We just coast to victory. Hopefully it's not, thrilling where it comes down to the final day. And hopefully Barrow are in the Premier League next season. But I don't know. I do know. You don't know. So if you want to know what happens, make sure you subscribe. Or honestly, just watch the videos. You don't need to subscribe. Just watch them. Views honestly mean more than subscribers to me. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. If you remember from last episode, we're currently first in the table. We are currently on track to get promoted to the Premier League. So we are on track to have gone from down to EFL League 2 up to the Premier League. But obviously, the job's not done. We still have an entire half of a season to go. But as it stands right now, we will be in the Premier League next season. So this episode is going to be purely about going to the Premier League. And that obviously is not going to be helped by our starting center back being out for 3 months. Tore his hamstring, but thankfully we do have some backups. We do have some rotation. That's something I really focused on last season when I went and signed 8 different players. So bad news, but not horrible news. Rolly Cool will be going on a 2-year loan move to Boca Juniors. Good left back. He's a good young left back, but obviously not good enough. So Youth Academy have to keep it going. We're going to Greece for half a year, Albania for half a year, and to Croatia for half a year. So a little bit of a questionable move, but I have loaned out CD Jota to PSV. He's just no longer a starter. He's complaining about his playing time, rightfully so. He should be playing more, but I want to win games. I want to get promoted. So I'm sending him out on loan. And honestly, I think it might be an upgrade to go from a championship side to one of the top teams in the Netherlands. So in the FA Cup, we did lose 2-1 to Southampton. But like I said, this episode is purely focused on the league, getting results, and going up. So James Woolley will be going on a 2-year loan move to, I believe it's Mexican side. I'm not sure. It's South American side. Aruca. Good experience for him. Dusan Tomic will be joining the first team. Croatian right mid, 66 overall, 74, 94 potential. Very good dribbling. 5-star skill moves. 6'1". He is pretty much exactly what I want from an outside midfielder. But it's just the issue of, will he amount to something? Because that is ultimately the issue with every player on this team. Basim Smajli will be joining the first team. Albanian center mid, who I'm converting to an attacking mid. 65 overall, 73 and 94 potential. Very good passer, very good all-around player. Really hope he becomes a good player for us. Emil Artelenu will also be joining the first team. Romanian attacking mid. Probably will just end up being sold, but you never know. Catalin Rusu will also be joining the first team. Again, another attacking mid. This, again, from Romania. Again, don't know what's going to happen, but could be very good. Andre Dragomir will also be joining the first team. This attacking mid again, but he is from Moldova. Again, don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what any of these players are going to amount to. And I now have quite the big game. Holker Street is hosting Barrow versus Norwich. And if I'm not mistaken, Norwich are second in the league, and we are first in the league. So this is a huge game. And when it comes to a huge game, you stick with your team. Kind of. So we're going to be playing a 4-2-3-1. Boyce Clark will be in goal. Flores and Vera are the center backs. Hutton and Schwab are the outside backs. Ashworth and Otero are the defensive mids. But Herrero is starting at left mid. Andrews, I think he's suspended. Or honestly, I might have just started Herrero for whatever reason. But he will be starting on the left. Baloa on the right. Baloa is the attacking mid. Ure is the man up top. Here are the highlights. So it wasn't the result that we wanted, but that late goal at the end saved us from dropping points against a very good team. We'll settle for a draw. Obviously would have liked to have gotten a win, furthered our lead in the league. However, a draw isn't the end of the world. We still have a smallish cushion, but we have to win these games. And in that game, Ure suffered a broken elbow injury and he's going to be out for 2 months. Which is a really bad thing because we don't really have a legit backup striker. So it's going to be interesting to see how do I manage my way around this. So joining the first team attacking mid is Branimir Horvat, Croatian attacking mid, 5-star weak foot, excellent passer, working on the dribbling, 5'6", again, could be something good. Vlad Ferraru will also be joining the first team. Good Romanian goalkeeper. I think I'll keep him on as a backup, especially considering he has a 5-star weak foot. Lanis Kalias, the Greek goalkeeper, will also be joining the first team. We'll just add him to the backup goalkeeper rotation. Jens Kabin has been sold to Spurs, so we have sold our first player to a Premier League side for just under $2.5 million. So quite interesting that Spurs are wanting to sign a player that I don't even want to keep. Maybe they have plans for him, I don't know, but I do not have any desire to keep him or any plans to use him. Ethan Bradshaw will be joining Real Sociedad B, who I can confirm I am working on a Road to Glory for. It will be after the next Road to Glory after this one, most likely. He's left for just over $4 million. Catalin Rusu will be joining CFR Cluj for a 1-year loan move once next season begins. Pavla Vinsky, Croatian striker, 5'10", will be joining the first team. I honestly don't like him at striker, but with the issues that we have, I might just play him there. Phaeton Hyacinbalu will also be joining the first team, but based on that last name and the fact his potential isn't the greatest, I will most likely sell him. Same goes for this Greek keeper, Isakos Xenikis. I don't know if I said that right. I definitely didn't say that right. But I will be promoting him to the first team, and honestly might actually keep this guy because he's 6'5" with will be 5-star weak foot, 86 to 94 potential. So I might keep him. I know Vladimir Mariscrew will also be joining the first team, but 87 to 93 potential right back. Might keep him. Have to see what happens. So I wanted to play the final day of the league, because obviously it was only a 1 point difference between the teams. No, it was a 2 point difference between the teams. But Norwich drew their game because they had an earlier kickoff. So they drew their game. So I couldn't play the final game. It's gonna be this big event. We have to win this game to go up. If we draw, we gotta hope Norwich don't just storm ahead and score 10 goals in a game. It's gonna be a big dramatic final day. And then I went to play, and then I went to my pre-match press conference, and they told me I won the league. So a little bit disappointing, but not the end. We still got promoted. Don't get me wrong. I'm still very happy, but it could have been a nice little dramatic ending. In the league, Barrow ended up finishing second in the top goal scorer list, and Ure finished fourth. Baloa and Barrow tied in the assist race with second, respectively, with 11. In the FA Cup, we did get knocked out in the fourth round by Southampton. Carabao Cup, we made it to the second round before we got knocked out by Sheffield United on penalties, but I don't care about this competition, so I don't care. So looking at the team, Boyce Clark, Hutton, Ashworth, Otero, and Barrow appeared in, I think, every single game. Schwab, Andrews appeared in all but one, and Baloa and Ure appeared in all but two. Barrow led the team in goals with 30. Ure led the team in goals with 28, but with his injury, he could have potentially scored more. Andrews had 15. Barrow led the team in assists with 12. Baloa was just behind him with 11, and Andrews behind him with 10. So these are the long list of players I'm getting rid of. Baloa, Cabin, Greenwood, Rutar, Kask, Rokas, Mpalu, and Talbot. They just don't really have spots in the first team anymore. I have younger players that are just about the same caliber and have higher potential, so that is why I'm getting rid of all these guys. So yeah, looking at the team, we're going to the Premier League. Defense looks a little bit shaky, but if we're scoring 3-4 goals a game, I don't think it'll end up mattering. But yeah, guys, that is going to conclude this episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Pretty good episode, but obviously, who could care? Honestly, I could care less about this episode. I just want to be in the Premier League. I just want to see how we do, how things work, what the board gives us. If the board gives us a good amount of money, we can maybe bring in some new players. But if they don't, it's going to be tough for the team. But regardless, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you guys enjoy future episodes. Check them out. And also, watch the previous episodes. This is episode 10, so obviously 9 episodes before this. Go ahead, check it out. Hope you guys enjoy those. I'm done rambling. Hope you guys did enjoy for like the 4th time. I know. It is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. Big episode today because the board has given us a lot of money. We have just under $75 million to spend, and that's even before preseason tournament and selling players. So we got a big budget, and I thoroughly plan to use it. But of course, you guys know me. I always want to have the youth academy going, keep things moving. First scout was going to Mexico for half a year to get some technically gifted players. Other scout was going to the United States for half a year to get some physically strong players. And the third scout was going to Canada to also get some strong players. I have decided to loan out Branimir Hovrat. He's going on a 1-year loan move to Austrian side Wolfsberger AC. Again, at this point, any of these guys that we're loaning out, I'm just looking to get out and see what they look like when they come back. And with some of the money I was able to get, and with me just checking the free agents list, I was able to sign this man, Colombian right back David Alvarez. 83 overall, we were able to get him for free, just $55,000 wage. And he also is an exciting prospect, so he is going to be our right back for the rest of this journey, hopefully. Another man that was a free agent was Daniel Maldini. Maldini is quite the storied name in Italy. I don't know why he was a free agent. He was a free agent all of last season, but I didn't want to bring him in. But now I have decided to bring him in, and I think it's a pretty good signing. Hopefully he becomes a fan favorite. Be a nice player off the bench. He's still young, still improving, so we'll have to wait and see how that works. But with our money, I bought the 6'6" German center back from Real Madrid, Milo Meyer. Just over 57 million. He's 81 overall. He's showing great potential. So he should be a very good player, and with dynamic potential, should just continue to increase. I mean, with that size, speed, and strength, I think he might be the missing link in our back line. I have loaned out Emil Ardelanu. He is going to SP Charleroi. CD Jota will be going on a 2-year loan move to AFC Bournemouth. Now, I made this decision because with the constant input of young players from our youth academy, Jota is not progressing as quickly. He's not a starter anymore, and he honestly just isn't living up to expectations. I want to keep him around because I mean I brought him in season 1. I want to keep him, so I'm sending him on a loan move to Bournemouth. He should get some good playing time. They're also in the Premier League, so hopefully he can still keep participating at a high level. But we now have our first game of the season as we are traveling to the Turf Moor to face Burnley. And this is the starting lineup. We got Boyce Clark in goal. We got Vera and Meyer are the center backs. Schwab and Alvarez are the outside backs. Otero, Ashworth defensive mids. Andrews, Baloa on the wings. Barrow is the attacking mid. And Ure is the striker. And here are the highlights from our first game. Exactly what you want to see out of this team. A 3-0 victory to open up the season. Exactly what you want. I mean, what can you really ask for as a manager than a 3-0 victory on your debut? In the Premier League, by the way. This is our first game in the Premier League, and we won 3-0. But it came at a cost. Ure has torn his ACL. He's going to be out for the next 7 months. And that is a huge issue because, I'm going to be honest, our offense is really just get the ball to Barrow, have him beat a man on the dribble, and then play it through to Ure. And with him being injured, there's not much that we can do. Daniel Maldini is going to be going on a 2-year loan move to Sporting in Portugal, just because he's not going to play. And I also want to see if he improves, because I think his potential is 78 or 79. So I want to see if we send him out on loan, will he come back at that potential? Andre Dragomir is going on a 1-year loan move to, I believe, Swiss side FC Lugano. Linus Kallis has been sold to Turkish side Alanyaspor for $1.5 million. And we got another big game in the league. We are facing off against Coventry City. They are bottom of the league, so this should be a win. And the lineup to do that is a little bit different, because now, obviously, we lost our starting striker, so we're having to cope a little bit. And we're switching up things, going with a 4-3-3 false 9. So the back line is the same, except now Ashworth is the lone defensive mid. We have Otero and Harrow as the 2 center mids. We got Barrow center forward, and then Andrews and Tavares as the wingers. Can't play with a real striker because I think our next best backup is a 67 overall. Obviously, that's not Premier League caliber, so we're gonna have to do with this team. Here are the highlights. So again, like I said, Coventry City are bottom of the league. However, this is a very promising sign. 6-1 victory. Everyone was flying off the charts. Everyone played well. Barrow was perfect and amazing at that center forward position. So this could be a sign of things to come. So signing a free agent because I had to get a board objective, I signed Fran Acuna, Mexican left back. He will never play at this club. I've also signed Juan de Dios Aguayo. And joining the team from the youth academy is Ivan Boyko, Ukrainian defensive mid, 88 to 94 potential, high work rate, 5-star weak foot. I mean, pretty much exactly what you want from him. I don't think he'll ever make the starting lineup, but maybe in a couple seasons he could be good off the bench. So in the Premier League, we are currently sitting in 7th. So things have gone very good for us. We are one season in the Premier League, and we are already in 7th at the halfway point. But again, this is the halfway point. There's still a half a season to go. Things can change. But as of now, it looks promising. So yeah, next episode, we're going to finish out our first season in the Premier League. Maybe even finish in a European spot. You know, we might go. Now again, I don't know if it's going to be Champions League, Europa League, or the Conference League. I don't know what it's going to be, but hopefully we're at least in a European competition next season. I don't know which one it is. I think we have the best chance of winning the Conference League. Obviously, Europa League maybe interest us. Probably don't want to be in the Champions League quite yet. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? I don't know. You don't know. But what I do know is that if you want to keep watching these videos, you should hit that subscribe button, because it means a lot. That way you can see all my videos nice and easily, and you can see anytime I post a new one. They come out daily, so you don't want to miss any new uploads. Hope you guys did enjoy this video, and it is J Beebs signing off. What's up, guys? It is J Beebs here, and welcome to another episode of the Barrow Road to Glory. In today's episode, there's one simple goal. Qualify for a European competition. Champions League, Europa League, Conference League, I don't care. I just want to be participating in Europe next season. That is our only goal. At the halfway point, we would have qualified. So if we can stay where we are on the table, we'll be in Europe next season. So you guys know me. I love Youth Academy. We're starting off Republic of Ireland half a year, Northern Ireland for half a year, and we have an interesting little message for you. Adriel Baloa contract is over. It's expiring this season, and I have decided to let him go. If you guys watched the last episode, you'll know that he's no longer a first team start caliber player. He's no longer starting. I got younger players I would much rather start over him. So he has left. I am upset that he did go to another Premier League side in Everton, but hopefully it does not make a difference. And Francisco Flores is also departing the club. He was a center back that we brought in recently just because free agent, we needed to help the rotation, but he is going to Portuguese side SC Braga. Diogo Duarte will be going on a 2-year loan move to Godoy Cruz, which I believe is in Mexico. If not Mexico, I think it's Ecuador or Colombia. But either way, he's going to South America, his home continent. I really like the prospect of him. It's just that I just gotta keep loaning him out so he can grow. So when he comes back, hopefully he can mean something. So in the FA Cup, we lost on pens to Leeds United. I mean, it was a pretty horrible penalty shootout, so I don't really blame anyone. I mean, you look at that. I mean, I just don't understand. Alvaro Carvajal has been sold. He's going to Borussia Mönchengladbach. Will not be missed, honestly. I'll take the nice $2 million. So, my favorite club is Manchester United. I am recording this the day after they just got slapped up by Liverpool 5-0, so it makes me a little bit salty. But we are traveling to Old Trafford, hopefully to replicate that result. And this is the team to hopefully do it. Boyce Clark is in goal. Vera and Meyer are the center backs. Schwab and Alvarez are the outside backs. Ashworth is the defensive mid. Otero and Herrero in the center. Andrews and Tavares are on the wings. And the main man himself, Barrow, is the center forward. And here are the highlights. So it wasn't quite 5-0, but we still went into Old Trafford and dominated. And I just gotta say, Barrow is slowly becoming, I mean, he is by far, I think, the most informed player. I don't know if he's the best player, but he is absolutely phenomenal. He is delivering results. He is getting goals. And honestly, I'm just really, really glad he's performing as well as he is. But we did get some bad news from that game. Logan Andrews, the left winger, tore his ACL. He's going to be out for 7 months, so he will miss the rest of this season and probably the start of next season. Very bad injury, very unfortunate. He is a starter for us, so it's going to be tough to rebound and find a replacement. Nick Jones will be joining the first team. American left back, 65 overall. Pretty decent potential, but he's got a long way to go to play. Same goes for Seth Adams. I mean, very good, young, promising outside back. Season 2 or season 3 we got him, I would love him. But at this point and where we are, it's tough for any of these youth players to make an impact. So I'm going back through, and while I'm recording, I just realized I forgot to show it, but we're about to play our game against Leicester City. It's pretty much the same lineup as always. I don't know who's starting in place for Andrews. I can't remember. But I did forget, so I apologize. But here are the highlights from that game. So yeah, we have won the game 4-3. Very good victory. Too close, honestly. I would have liked a much easier victory. But honestly, sometimes you need a good 7-goal thriller to kind of get the fans back into it and personally just get myself back into it. So in the Premier League, we ended up finishing in 7th. That last game helped us over the bump, over the hump. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we are in the Conference League next season. So the goal of going for Europe has been achieved, I believe. Barrow ended up finishing as the top goal scorer in the Premier League by a long distance. I mean, look at 10 goals. He had 28 goals. Second place was 18. Very promising sign, and honestly, if Barrow can continue this form, I think that we could win the Champions League next season. Not realistically, but, hypothetically. So in the FA Cup, we did get knocked out by Leeds in that replay on pens. It doesn't matter. Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the second round by Norwich 4-1. And looking at the team, Boyce Clark, Vera, Schwab, and Otero appeared in every single game. Ferrero in 46, Ashworth in 45. Barrow led the team with goals with 28. Andrews just way behind him with 12. Ferrero had 11. Assists, Herrero had 9, Barrow had 7, and Alvarez from right back had 5, along with Schwab and Ashworth. So it's nice to see that the outside backs are getting some production in. And Boyce Clark also finished with an assist. And we got a lot of players leaving the club. Uribe, Cano, Calvaro, Flores, Baloa, Houghton, and Carvajal will all be departing the club once the season ends. They will be missed. They did their service, but honestly, at the end of the day, will not be missed. So yeah, looking at the team, I don't really think we need any immediate improvements. I think we just need a little bit of time, because all of our players are young, have pretty high potential. So hopefully with a little bit more time, a little bit more chance for the team to improve, we can really challenge for something next season. But that is the end of this episode. It was relatively short just because there wasn't much happening off the field. On the field, obviously there wasn't much as well, but there should be more stuff next episode because we will be in the Conference League. My first time playing in the Conference League on FIFA 22. First time ever because, it's brand new. So that'll be fun. And hope to see you guys then. Make sure to subscribe. And it is J Beebs signing off.